We back at it. We back at it, y'all. Took us a while to get here. Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. Always some problems. And things can't never run smooth the way they need to. But where there's a will, there's a way. Where there's a will, there's a way. And we always make do. Appreciate y'all for staying locked in with your boy as we continue on. Welcome back to another edition of Keeping It Playa. Welcome back to the Player Circle. Appreciate y'all, those who didn't act new but acted true. Not sure necessarily what's going on with the weather and connection around us, but we will make do. We will make a way and do what we got to do. Now, I believe that before I left, we was talking about a number of things, and again, just the reminder of tonight's episode and its appropriate title, which is I'm trying to get healthy, and now we got doo-doo in the salad. Ridiculous. Salad? This is doo-doo, baby. Ah! Soon as you try to start getting your life right, they put feces in the water, in the raw lettuce and bagged salad. This is dog feces. Unbelievable. It's like how does this manifest? How do we continually get here? I heard they blaming Trump. I wouldn't be surprised. Soon as you try to start getting your life right. But don't worry, y'all. Like I said, just hold off on your Caesar salads. Hold off on your greens, your romaine lettuce. Just hold off for a little bit. Just hold on, we're going home. That's that old Drake. I got my eye on you. That was before it got too crazy. But we move on. We were discussing some bald headed foolishness between Dame Dash and Kev on stage. We were kind of talking about the response to the backlash or whatever you want to call it from the Jay-Z concert and people questioning, did Jay-Z have a real fan base? Do people still be checking for Jay-Z? Jocking Jay-Z, if you know the record? They even asked, do baddies like Jay-Z? Let me tell you this. I'm ashamed to say that I missed the event from two of the baddest baddies I know. You know, Yan, my girl Yan, and DJ Miss Milan and Reasonable Digital, excuse me, Reasonable Dialogue. I'm combining things. Shout out to the digital. But Jan Sneed and DJ Miss Milan of the Reasonable Dialogue podcast. And they held an event, a toast, a Jay-Z toast, a precursor to the 3 day event, playing some of his all-time favorite records. And they just posted the clips or footage from the event. I said, "Oh, what did Shanae say? Well, looky, because there was nothing but baddies in there singing H to the Izzo, V to the Izzy, singing You don't know what you do, singing Hola Ovito, nothing but the finest assistants. So I don't know what the internet is trying to do, trying to push this narrative, but let it go. If it ain't gonna love you the way you should, then let it go. But yeah, man, it's to me a fan of Jay Z could be. I saw Carrie Champion and Jamel Hill on their podcast talking about how Jay Z had men in a trance. I just shout out to them because they're great journalists. I just hate the fact that all of the narratives somehow have to, even when joking, have to be pitting men versus women. It's like everybody was in there. And we know how the ladies get when B or Ree pull up on screen, pull up for the concert. So let's not act like this is a new phenomenon to either one of us. That being said, it ain't no hate, ain't no shade, because I love Carrie, the originator. I was about to OD. We don't want her to line her with the Diddy allegations, but no, I'm laughing because ain't nobody have a greased leg like Carrie Champion. Ain't nobody, and nobody ever will. And Jamel Hill, what I mean, she held it down for the culture, held it down for the micro braid community. Shout out her and Michael Smith. But yes, um, everybody that is a fan of Jay Z and by some account is a person that associates themselves or relates to hustle culture, relates to getting it out the mud, relates to entrepreneurship, business, savvy, just knowing how to move in a room full of vultures. That is what Jay Z symbolizes for both men and women. And now more than ever, as women, as the baddies continue to elevate and dominate business in their own right, not even just business, but music and culture altogether. You know what I mean? His approach for many, not all, symbolizes being black and successful in the capitalist culture and in the capitalist society. So it doesn't matter. Baddies like Jay Z just as much as the players do. But we're gonna move on. Let's continue with the show. I know we've had several, technical difficulties, but like Maya Angelou holding a pack of hot dog and hamburger rolls, still I rise. We had a great show last week. We was talking about Bam Adebayo versus Tyler Hero. Bam Adebayo. Adebayo. Excuse my language. I was laughing. I was responding to some of the comments. I was looking at some of the comments from last week's show on both Twitter and TikTok. And I was just thinking to myself, yo, how your name Hero getting your ass beat? You're a hero. And then a hero comes along. My boy put that bam, bam. I had to change his name to Bam Bam Bigelow out this piece. But yes, we talked about the Bam Adebayo Tyler Hero skirmish. We talked about Jordan's costing way too damn much. Way too much. Damn you strong. And the ball headed logic last week, we talked about you needing some discipline. But let's move on and let's kick it off with tonight's ball headed logic. And tonight's ball headed logic is still simple, yet so deviant. And the ball headed logic for today is being good ain't good enough. Being good ain't good enough. I can't help but lean into the Eddie Murphy scene from Vampire in Brooklyn when he said evil is good. But no, being good ain't good enough. And what we mean by that, I know it's in this world that we live in this era of constant messaging on social media, constant messaging from podcasters and content creators. It can be downright exhausting, but part of me as a bald-headed scallywag and true player feels it necessary to be truthful and honest with you in the walk of life. And we at times can be coddled through the messaging about, oh, I mean, it's okay to not be your best sometimes. It's okay to have to take breaks and it's okay to have to step back. And I just would like to be a person that just offers balance to the messaging because I do think it's important. We were talking, I saw a podcast talking about, we always talking about sleep is the cousin of death. Top tier, my boy Fatir, one of the best producers out. Shout out my boy. But we constantly have these different messages and about, I'll sleep when I die, or the hustle culture. And we do need to balance. We do need rest. We do need to be our best, which requires rest and recovery, which requires taking a moment to just gather ourselves. These are all important things that we need to do. But I think the thing is, in the midst of that, just understanding what it is that we're seeking out of life. And if we're seeking greatness, if we're seeking being extraordinary, unique, then we have to understand that sometimes being good ain't good enough. It's a space in which you have to work. You have to bust your ass. You have to give 100. Sometimes you have to give 110. And in those moments when you don't feel like doing things, when you don't feel like working and working your ass off, understanding that somebody else is. And in this space of short attention span, in this microwave industry, this microwave society, is that you taking plays off and justifying it with, well, I'm good though. And sometimes I just want to be good. It's not gonna cut it. Not gonna cut it. Shout out to homie Chris Patrick. I've been seeing a lot of his posts lately, and his success, and I can't help but appreciate it and be thankful because, like I said, having a chance to see Jersey make moves and also, having a chance to actually, manifested a collaboration or A&R, if you will, a collaboration between him and my artist Cheek the Prophet. But he had a very interesting post that kind of talked about this. And the post was basically, I'm paraphrasing, so forgive me, but it's just saying, like, you need to determine what you're really trying to do. What are you really trying to get out of this life? Are you trying to chill or are you trying to be great? Because if you are, that's going to result in you pushing yourself beyond the norm, pushing yourself beyond the average day to day. And that you just gotta be okay with that. We see things out here in life that we really, really want, but then we don't want to put the work in for it. We don't want to reach for the levels that are gonna that is gonna take to get there. Can't do it. Can't do it. Won't do it. I found a quote. He said, "You either increase your sacrifice or you decrease your desire." Make up your mind. Increase your sacrifice or decrease your desire. Because if you want to be recognized as one of the greats, if you're seeking to be looked at the higher level, at the top tier, to to give a nod to my boy, you gotta push. Being good ain't good enough. You gotta do the research. You gotta study. You gotta put in them late hours. You gotta put in them early mornings. I joke with y'all a lot. I reference the baddies very often, but I think about it very, very often when I see some of the top tier baddies, the elite, being in the music industry. You can I tell y'all something funny? The most attractive women are the women that are behind the scenes. Y'all looking at the R&B singers and they bad. Shout out to them all. But damn, the damn the director of artist and development. You know what I mean? The playlist curator, the creative development, elite. Not only and the way they look, but what they do. They not tolerating no bullshit from you. You in the crib scratching your ass? No. They want and first of all, one thing I learned, shout out to my old lady that taught me this, but it's like before you want it for them, want it for yourself, right? But extending that, for the things that you want out of life. You got to put in the work. You want people to see you as the leader, as the elite, as somebody that they want to listen to, especially to my artists, especially to my artists. For those that want somebody to follow them, to look at them beyond my cousin, beyond the person I used to work with, you got to go to new heights. And we ain't talking about selling your soul. We just talking about putting in the work, giving your all. So when you look around and you see certain people earning certain things, when you see certain people interacting with others, when you see people getting blessings that you like, man, I would love to have that blessing. Obviously, you gotta have faith and you gotta believe, but above all, you gotta put in the work. And you don't gotta be good, you gotta be great. Because being good ain't good enough. So just keep that in mind. I hope it resonates with you. I hope it's something that you can take in your day to day. But let's move on. I've been checking out some new music. I wanted to highlight a record from the latest EP of one of the best R&B baddies out right now. Shout out to UK. For my girl Jazz Caris. Just dropped a new project last week, I believe it was. The record, the EP is called 20 something. Very great listen, nice listen. And one of the records that I've been vibing off of is Love's Gone. I'm gonna give that a little spin real quick. Y'all vibe and let me know what you think. If you're rocking with it, play give me drop something in the chat, drop something in the comments. For some time now, the UK has been really just dropping out some dropping some heat. I'm watching real quick. I'm watching this clip of, I know this ain't the right time, but, and Caitlin Clark out here screaming on people as always. I really would like to know, just out of curiosity, because we have refs of all different races and creeds. And as a referee, you have to have a level of kind of restraint. But it ain't going. I'll take it off of Caitlin Clark because I don't want the incels in my face. But I just don't understand how any ref just allows players to just be hauling off, going crazy in their face. Like, you're not gonna yell at me. Like, I'm a grown ass man, and you need to be a person that can handle your goddamn emotions. It's like, yo. The clip that I'm looking at, the guy said, man, give that joke. He used another word, but he said, man, give that girl a tech. I was like, yo, for real. How's it acceptable? They be tripping, bro. And then you just building up a monster. We've seen it, not to put, not to be kicking in the black man's back, but we seen it with Draymond. It's like, yo, when you build that leash and you don't rein them in, bro. Referees, coaches, leagues, it's like, yo, somebody gotta do something. Shout out, shout out DJ. Is your name DJ Fart in the club? Hilarious. So my YouTube crowd be crazy. Now, the interesting thing will be we can't allow for the internet to generate a flagrant foul for Alyssa Thomas, but then when this woman is clearly cutting up and screaming, acting like she ain't got no sense to be yelling in the face of the ref, and she don't get penalized. Come on now. It's absurd. But we move on. Like I said, vibing to this jazz carousel. I really like this EP. She got a couple of records on here. The Not For You record is playing right now. Love's Gone. Her big song, Life Is Unfair, that's on here too. But she's just a like genuinely talented artist. So, hopefully y'all get to check out the record and vibe with it. But let's move on. Speaking of the WNBA, I gotta play this clip for y'all, man. It's a little, excuse the explicit language in advance, but so y'all know I'm a person of the parlay variety, and I happen to really, really thoroughly enjoy betting on the WNBA. One, because I enjoyed watching the games, but in addition to that, it's been prosperous. Say it with me, prosperous for your boy. But everybody doesn't always have this luck. And one thing that I've seen is people that result in actually DMing or messaging the players. It's like it's a bit extreme. Now, some players keep their head above water, don't necessarily respond. But a one, Courtney Williams, was with the smoke. And she recently posted this recording of somebody talking in her DMs and her responding, which I have to share with y'all so y'all can see. Y'all take a look at this foolishness here. Let's see. Let's play this. Hold on, y'all. Let me unmute this.
Just putting hard earned. That's a voice message. Hey, bitch.
Hey, bitch.
You don't play for Chicago, so I can't even come to a game
and
and
smack
smack
the
the
slap
slap
of dyke ass.
But listen
But listen though, motherfuckers put hard earned money
job
from my
on
job
your
on your ass.
for you to get
For
two
you to
assists,
get 2
bitch.
assists, bitch.
And your ass
out here, you only got one assist. How the fuck you a point guard?
So I hate
So I hate dyke ass bitches, and you out there, you ain't scoring, you ain't rebounding.
Fuck is you out
there for?
Bitch, I'ma take a trip to Minnesota and smack your ass.
Excuse his language, y'all. Bless him, Lord.
Yo, get out my motherfucking DMs, you broke bitch. I ain't even click on your page, you look dirty as fuck. Ugly ass boy. Now you getting blocked, you little broke bitch. I hope I lose some more money.
Forgive the language, y'all. Forgive the language in advance, but I'm crying. Yo, do you realize how gone you got to be to send a DM to a player for not cashing your parlay? Come on, y'all. Come on. And then be disrespectful. You're not even, I mean, hey man, yo, I know you better than this. I know you could get the parlay. No, you out here wilding, calling them, the bees and disrespectful. Lord, help the kids. But this is what you asked for. This is what you wanted. You got that energy that you was looking for. Y'all gotta chill, man. But honestly, as I said, as while it has been prosperous for me, I also recognize and understand its detriment. And gambling has done some nasty work to the game. And obviously, it's legalized now. I can only imagine what it was doing when they was throwing you in the river like they did Claude and Ray in Life. Cut your finger off, you know what I mean? Had you swimming with the fishes because you couldn't pay your money back. I can only imagine that. It's bad enough now. It was bad when the referees was fixing the game. And now we dealing with my boy Malik Beasley. Let me not disrespect Mike. Malik Beasley. Chauncey Billups. All these other players throwing games. It's like, bro, it's nasty work out here. But to bet and lose your bet and decide, you know what, let me go out here and cuss out one of the WNBA players. You're doing too much. Doing too much. Acting crazy. Now, another thing that I saw this week, and for those unfamiliar, we are currently in the "What Are You Talking About" segment of the show. But I gotta show y'all this, man. I know y'all saw this clip. Of the Yellowstone National Park where a bison tore this tourist up. Lord, gave my man the Roman Reigns the edge. Gave him the Goldberg. Do 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 do. Let me bring this clip over so y'all can see, because it got real. Let's see where we want to bring it in at. We'll bring it in right here. Y'all take a look at this craziness. This is why, let me just say this while I have the opportunity. This is why you stay your ass in safe vicinities. Y'all ready? Are you ready? You. All right, y'all. Let me bring over. I'm doing too much. Forgive me, y'all. All right. Let's look at this. Oh, I'm tripping. Where the sound, baby? I need y'all to hear the sound of this. Let me knock my boy into next week. All right, just pay attention, y'all. Pay attention. Here it come. Here it come. Ooh, dang! Yo, yo, bruh. I'm dead. Y'all listen. Stay away. Stay away. Man, knocked him into next week. That's craziness. Mm-mm-mm. That's wild. Ooh. Yo. Oh my God. Yeah, I'm sorry, y'all. It wasn't no sound on it. That's why y'all couldn't hear it. But man, I just, it's no way. It's no way that I would be out there even close to no bison. My boy's trying to get me over to Africa, and I'm gonna go. But as far as people's incessant need to be all up next to the lion and the tiger, let me pet the tiger. It's like, bro, what we doing? And tiger go tiger. Now you mad because he done sent you spiraling. Mm-mm-mm. Y'all, let's finish off the show, man. We've been on here for a while. Let's enjoy the rest of our evening. Let's kick it off or finish it with the player and the baddie of the week, and then finish off with Seti's recipes. All right, now the player of the week goes to my fellow streamer, Adrian Broner. Adrian Broner, the former welterweight champion of the world, currently popular from his recent exploits as a streamer with Dean the Great, I believe it is. And their clips are all over the internet. And the reason I'm highlighting him as the player of the week, sometimes I ain't gonna lie, them clips be crazy, brother. But I'm highlighting the positive in which he's decided to make efforts to slim down because in his current iteration, you know what I mean, showing off with the belly and all of that, looks, out of shape. But he said, "Hey man, I'm about to flip this. I'm an athlete." And got back training. He in the gym, working. And for me, I always like to see that. It's inspiring, it's needed. Because your boy, you know what I mean, I'm trying to cut the bacon off of my back. And it's good to see somebody just get to it and also be like, you know what? It's time to turn this around. Let's sharpen up. I did my workout before the stream. That's why your boy was running a little late. That's what we gonna go with. But I just think it's necessary to yeah, we show the joking, the laughing, the foolishness, but we also gotta show the as Floyd Mayweather like to say, hard work, dedication. So shout out to AB for getting back to work and just putting in the time. Looking forward to seeing you getting back into fighting shape. You know what I mean? So now for the baddie of the week, we tread lightly. We tread lightly, but we celebrate you, my favorite, one of my favorites, the favorite, Asia Beja Wilson, and her recent selection as the ESPN, the SB Player of the Year, Best WNBA Player. She was selected, and I mean, it just makes sense. But she's dominated. She was the MVP, Defensive Player of the Year, WNBA Champion, Finals MVP. She was the scoring champ. Basically, deboed the MVP from my girl Nafisa Bay, Nafisa Collier, but Asia just does what she does continuously. And might I add, the new A2s are they fire. You know what I mean? She just does a great job alongside Nike, preparing with Nike to just have amazing colorways. Just really, really dope sneakers. The clip that I saw, I want to see if I can just, I know I've been going crazy with the post, but the new sneakers is just clean. They are clean. Yeah, I'll show y'all the green ones that she got. Cause I'm like, damn, yo, these is heat. I got the ones. The ones still go crazy, but these A2s is just really heat right now in the streets. She been posting the AKA colors, and let's show you all these. Cause I'm like, damn, bro, it's just like these are just heat, yo. First of all, she heat, but Bam, keep your hands to yourself, Bam. But she rocking, she showing off the sneakers. But these is clean. Those the Girl Scout ones, I believe. But she got the AKA jaunts. Yeah, these the Girl Scout ones. These colorways, like one thing Asia gonna do, she gonna give you a fire colorway. She gonna give you a fire colorway. Um, so shout out to her, and shout out to her for her recent selection as the best WNBA player, as well as just dominating and doing things that she do. So can't be mad at that at all. Now let's finish up. I'm Musette. What's good? Cheek the Prophet in here too. What's goody, player? We've been rolling for some time now. He's about to finish off the episode. Shout out to Cheek the Prophet. Cheek the Prophet is the honorary player of the week. Had a great show yesterday out in LA. Performed at Powerhouse, I believe is how you pronounce it. And had a show, was supporting Aaron Doucette. Shout out my boy AD, my fellow brother of Money Talks enthusiast, but also a great R&B artist. And they had a great show. Looked like they had a nice turnout, nice crowd, and performed some of their dope records. And I'm proud of Cheek for his continued growth, one as an artist, but also balancing this as a husband and father. And if you know about having a family, it is very, very difficult to manage your business, your purpose outside of your family, because obviously your family is your legacy, but your individual purpose and your career, it is very challenging to do, to provide and then still, you know what I mean, reach new levels. So shout out to him. But the show was great. And got another show coming up next Friday, the 24th in LA. So shout out to all my LA people. If you out and about, you need to be at the Cheap the Profit show with Payday LA. Shout out my boy Prez. And at the Hotel Ziggy on Sunset. Should be a great show. So really, really excited for that. But let's finish up the show, y'all, with Seti's recipe. It's been a great show. I know we've been having some technical difficulties. Definitely gonna prepare for that for later on. We're gonna run it back with another show this week, but let's finish the show strong with Seti's recipes. And Seti's recipe, one of my favorite segments, where we highlight a norm and tradition and culture, of our culture, a norm, a tradition of yesteryear that we want to bring back for the future, for the young kids to continue to promote. Now, tonight's clip is the love letter. Tonight's recipe is the love letter. Yes, the love letter, a classic staple of Black love. I'm sending her a 4-page letter. Gotta harmonize it. Yo, before Aaliyah, we was writing these love letters, but of course she popularized it, making a song out of it. And man, listen, when you was feeling the baddie, or when you got your baddie, first thing, man, you had to write them a letter, had to profess your love, whether it was short form or long. You let them know how you really feel. Gave space for them to be able to respond back. And nothing felt better than when you got a note, shorty telling you, yeah, I like you too. Now, the check yes or no is a very popularized, I don't want to say a myth, but a tale from yesteryear, which is a little bit before my time. Do you like me? Check yes or no, or check 1 for yes or 2 for no. Like, that's a little bit before my personal time. Me, I just made it do what it do. I made sure I delivered quality words. I told you how I felt. And I put it poetically. Now, you eventually graduate from that. That's in the actual, profession phase, in the interest phase, but you would move past that if you got, if you had game or if you got lucky and you was actually dating a person. And it was very important that you maintain writing letters in the relationship. Now, I come from a time when you couldn't always have your phone so readily accessible. I go to Target, I see them, they texting while they ringing me up. We didn't live like that. You had to put your phone away at your job when I had. So you didn't always get to talk all day on your phone with your partner. So you would send messages, and then also come from an era which I'll save that when you couldn't always be using your phone. We're going to bring that back for another recipe. But you would transition from pen, which still, did numbers in the streets when you wrote a love letter, pen to paper, pen to pad. But writing the email, writing the message via AIM, writing a Facebook message, writing a message on MySpace, Black Planet if you divulged. And I'm telling you, when you wrote a long form letter and you got to get all your emotions out, it was special. If you was going through it with your lady, writing her a letter to apologize, to tell her you've been thinking about her and that you want to make it right, that got you back in the door. Because sometimes she ain't want to hear you, but she can still feel you. Put it in a letter. Put it in a letter. Hey, man, I'm telling you, it was very, very special when you got the chance to write your lady a letter. And it was very special when she wrote you one back. I can say this from experience. When I would check, I'm at work, go on break, got an email from the missus telling her how she's sorry about what happened and she want to make it up. Yeah. Spin that. Nah, I'm joking. But just, yeah, getting a chance to make it up and or you hadn't been able to talk to your lady extended for a while and you just wanted to write her. It was like, yo. Then when you did talk to her, you get my note? You got my note? It was special. Special times. Hey, man, if you want to set yourself apart from the lames, write a little note to your lady. If she your lady, especially. Now, if she not your lady and you just want to look cool, you gotta write short form. Don't write no passionate letter to somebody you just met on Monday. That's how you play yourself. Put a little small note. Hey, was thinking of you. Oh, love to see you. Or what have you. Whatever you want to write. I can't give you all the keys. So I can't give you the whole shebang. I'm not Manish. All right. But love letter, man. Definitely a classic. Definitely a go-to. Was a part of a great movement, a great time. So bring it back. Like Jeezy say, bring it back. All right. Now, this concludes the show. I hope y'all had a great time. I hope y'all was with me. Hope y'all rocked out. Appreciate all those who did. If you didn't get a chance, make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel. Make sure you tap in. If you're on Instagram, follow your boy at itssettyp. And just continue to rock with me, man. We're going to have more content now. I'm going to drop this ball-headed logic for y'all and continue to get the show going and taking it to places of newfound heights. But I love y'all, for real. Appreciate everything that y'all do. But until later, we will bid you adieu. You know how it goes. Keep it blessed. Keep it real. But all